Well, officially welcome. Myself, Steve Holmes, and Gavin Close.
Hello.
We're directors and co-founders of Feedsy, and we're delighted to bring to you today the referral presentation and 5 steps to get more. Feedsy is all about creating goodwill for your brand with regular communications and riding that goodwill or even great will to generate more referrals. We absolutely believe that referrals are the greatest compliment anyone can give your business. But Feedsy does all that while making your life and very easy and very beautiful for your business life and basically help you with carrying on the growth of your business so you have that extra time, because we're all about helping with time poor business owners. Well, I mentioned before, referrals are the greatest compliment. We're in business ourselves. We know exactly what a compliment or a referral means to us, and it does mean a lot to business owners, because it's validation you're doing something well for your clients, and also it helps you grow your business. We know you love stats, so we'd like to sort of start today with a few stats. But 92% of consumers trust referrals from people they know. People are 4 times more likely to buy when referred by a friend, and 74% of consumers identify word of mouth as a key influencer in a purchasing decision. A referred customer is 18% more loyal than a customer acquired by other means, and referred customers are more profitable because they refer like people, and essentially they are more likely to stay with you. So these are some stats, probably validating a little bit what you already know, but it's nice to have some data around it to reinforce why referrals are so important to your business. Referrals are the second biggest marketing challenge for advisors and accountants. We did a lot of research recently, and Gav, want to share some of that research?
Yeah, so we found actually that the number one marketing challenge for people in 2018 was actually generating more leads. The second most, the biggest challenge was generating referrals. But when we sort of dig deeper and find that most people actually generate their leads from referrals, referrals basically is number one, because it's how people are getting the leads anyway. So getting the leads from referrals is probably the biggest challenge that most businesses find.
And also, just on that, we've got a bit of a thank you too. Before registering for the webinar today, we asked you to just give some feedback around your marketing challenges, and it was around finding them. It was also around obtaining some quality referrals, importantly asking for referrals. Internal motivation and process was another important one.
Some people actually write laziness.
Yeah.
But yes, often if there's a good process in place, if you're lazy, it shouldn't matter. It should still work. And our process today will show you how you can be lazy and still get referrals.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so just moving on, learning from the best. Now, a lot of businesses, global businesses, do this extremely well. And Gavin's is going to share some research about this one as well.
Yeah, so we looked at these brands here who, I guess they're different from your brand, your business. But what we can do is learn from them and learn how they have basically grown their businesses by huge numbers simply by using referrals. Referrals have been the key source of growth for them. So with Dropbox, we sort of find some common threads here. Dropbox actually include a referral invitation in their onboarding process. So right at the end of the onboarding process, you can actually buy some more space. They actually try to get you to buy some more space. They also suggest you can refer a friend. But when you go to refer a friend, the whole referral process is so easy. It's just a matter of adding an email address in and you're away. So they make the whole referral process really, really simple. And they've grown their business hugely. Like in 15 months, they grew their business by 3,900%, simply by referrals. Airbnb. So Airbnb have a team of 5 that actually work on their referral program. They make referrals very visible in your login, when you're logging in and when you're using the product. They ask you to invite friends. So I guess you can see that it's always in front of you when you're using the software. But the big thing that I guess they learnt is they tried different referral programs, and they found that the ones that work best were their altruistic promotions. That is, where you, by referring, you can give your friend something. So rather than you getting something from the referral, they find that if you could also give something to somebody else, to a friend, in this case, giving a friend a voucher, then it actually worked a lot better. It was actually a better incentive for referrals. Fiverr, which is a freelancing service. One of the biggest things you use in Fiverr as a user, we use Fiverr ourselves occasionally, is your message board. So where you actually have all your messages and inboxes. Right at the top of the inbox there, they have a message there. You know, you can earn money or basic credit by referring somebody. So again, they always got referring in front of you there, and they make the whole process really easy. Uber, we use Uber a lot, so you might be familiar with Uber. But with Uber, as soon as you log on to Uber and open the app up, down the bottom there, it says free rides. And free rides is basically the trigger to refer somebody. So by referring somebody, you and your referral get a free ride or get a discount off of a ride. And I recently asked my mother-in-law in Queensland. She got on board, so I've got a free ride out of it. So did she. And my mum's also on Uber now, so I got both mother and mother-in-law very happy using Uber and getting a discount at the same time.
So 5 steps to get more referrals.
So this is what we've basically learned from our research. These are the 5,
absolutely.
I guess, 5 fundamentals that our research has shown works.
And how we're going to adapt that to advice businesses like yours. So just going through the agenda, how to be awesome simply, how to be very easy, make it very easy for businesses or for clients to refer you, be rewarding, be there, and one more, don't be shy. So we'll just go through those one by one now and expand on them and advise what we mean by them.
And these principles, these 5 steps, work whether you're getting network through referrals or getting networks through peer-to-peer recommendations. So it works in both contexts. So be awesome simply. We really can't change the way what you offer. What you can do is make what you offer really, I guess, much easier to recommend to somebody else. So we've actually sort of looked at people's websites, and often they make it really complicated as to what they do. So if somebody was going to recommend you, they might look at your website and go, oh, what do I say? Look, I might recommend this guy, Peter from Expert. This is what the website says. It says that they provide quarterly annual meetings where they can review your current investment portfolios, blah, 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 blah. Oh, God, I really, that's not really nice to recommend. In fact, that's not awesome. That's actually really, really difficult.
It's just hard for people to validate that themselves or even to articulate that to others. But what we're trying to do is make this statement really simple for people.
And we're trying to make it so that I have to go to your website to find this stuff out. So what we recommend is what's called a referral statement. This actually is a really simple way of articulating what you do. So it's how someone would recommend you how someone would recommend you in their language, your service profession, basically what you do, and also how you help them. So let's give an example. So a service profession in their words might be you are their accountant, financial advisor, even their insurance person or their investment broker. So use a language that is very, very simple. So don't overcomplicate this. This has to be very, very simple. And how you help them, this is probably the hardest bit. How you help them in their words. Like we catch up regularly to keep their finances in order and working for them. This is what you do for them. We really get to know people so we can get them the best tax deductions if you're an accountant. Or we help people invest in ethical companies. That might be your point of difference. We might say we make sure people are not getting ripped off with dodgy insurance. So again, it's really, I guess, how somebody would describe you or how you would describe yourself maybe to someone else over a dinner party in their own language. So in action, you might say, look, you should contact my insurance person, Peter from Expert, Expert being an insurance company. And then you might say to the referral, hey, we are John's insurance people. We recommended we contact you. We make sure people like John are not getting ripped off with dodgy insurance. So again, it's really easy language. It's the language that both John and Peter would use, but also that the referral would use as well. So these 2 statements here are really important in your referrals. It makes it really easy for you to refer people. In the case of Feedsy, some might say you should contact my email newsletter person, Steve from Feedsy. Or it could be email marketing person, Steve from Feedsy. And we are John's email newsletter people or email marketing people who recommend we contact you. We make life really easy for small businesses like John's. So again, it's a really simple proposition and a really simple way of explaining to somebody.
So being easy to refer is the hardest step. We make this the easiest step. So one is helping you with that referral statement, but something like this could occur on a daily basis. If you're currently getting referrals now, fantastic. But you're probably speaking to clients right now that say, sure, I'd love to refer someone to you. And that client of yours obviously wants to refer, but now what? And they are in sort of a bit of a quandary as to how they make that referral in the best possible way. And a statement like this might be, maybe when I get home, I'll try to remember to email some friends. What should I say? How do I introduce the business? Should I include contact details? Oh, geez, I can't remember his number or email address anywhere. Do I have a business card? Oh, I thought of someone else, but it's just getting too hard. You can imagine the mindset of someone trying to do that. So I'm not saying this stops you from getting referrals currently, but the opportunity cost is you might be getting potentially a lot more if the process was so much easier.
The guy's intention is to make a referral, but it's actually hard for him.
And you want to make it nice and easy, so you give him or her a very nice approach.
So instead, imagine this person about to click a button, refer a friend, and they email their friend by clicking this button, and also they get thanked for doing the referral. You as a business will get notified that the referral's happened, and you also will be able to contact the lead directly, simply and automatically. So imagine, rather than that person have to remember to go back and do all that stuff, they can just click a button and all this happens automatically. This is basically what the Airbnbs, the Dropbox and so forth have, a really simple system where you simply almost click a button and it all happens automatically for you.
Okay, well, part 3 is to be rewarding. So it's really to make the referrer feel good about what they're doing. So this is the next approach we're going to sort of take you through. A few more stats again. So how do we go about making the referrer feel good? Offering a reward increases the referral likelihood, but the size of the reward does not matter. Non-cash incentives are 24% more effective at boosting performance than cash incentives. So non-cash incentives, 24% more effective.
So like giving someone a discount isn't a cash incentive, but giving somebody just hard cash is. So there's actually three different ways you can thank people. Incentivize, surprise, or just thank.
Yeah, and this is completely up to your business. And, if you sort of came on board with a Feedsy solution that we'll put forward to you a little bit later in the presentation is, do you give movie tickets? Do you give wine? Do you give store vouchers, leaderboards, etc.? We've seen some of those
or credit,
incentivised or some sort of credit. Do we surprise them after the fact that, thank you so much, here's a hamper or a dinner voucher, so it comes across as a very nice surprise for them? Or a simple thank you. We quite often do this. We might sort of bring up a business owner and take them out for a cup of coffee and just nurture that relationship a little bit more. So a simple thank you is quite, very effective as well. People just want to be appreciated, and that's probably the main aspect behind referrals.
Probably the main difference between those three there is the incentivize is actually promoted before the referrals. People know that before they do make the referral, they're going to get something, but also maybe the person who they're referring will also get something as well in that altruistic approach. But you need to also make those conditions really clear.
Yeah. One of the biggest reasons people don't refer is they don't know what the client experience is going to be like on the other side once they've actually made that referral. So making them feel good, feel valued is a big step. Okay, being there, passively asking for recommendations. So we're going to talk a little bit about what being there means. And we can do that in a couple of different ways. We can sort of do ad hoc links on digital communications, like website navigations, email footers, SMS footers, electronic receipts. It's sort of ad hoc approach.
Like in the case of Fiverr, it was in your message area. So it's sort of things, digital touch points that people go to occasionally.
And we can also do it on a regular basis. We can promote links on digital communications every month for your newsletter, or you can have it on, fixed to your social media profiles, like at the top of your Facebook page, that you are regularly wanting to seek referrals. So it's a really nice way of letting your clients know that you are open to referrals and you do want referrals. I guess a big part of what, not being shy of this next point, asking you shall receive, I'm a bit guilty of this myself. And since I've been talking about referrals, I've changed a bit my approach. But I'm quite often asked, how are you at the moment? So, busy, flat out like a lizard, getting emails every day. And most advisors and accountants I've actually spoken to are exactly the same. You ask how they are, and the immediate reply is that they haven't got time to scratch themselves. They're so busy. And you almost talk about what that is implying. They're actually implying they haven't got enough time for the person you refer. And the ultimate thing that the referrer wants is to know that you've got time for the person that they refer. So they look good and you do them justice. So just have a think about how you go about telling people that you're too busy for them. So don't say, that I'm flat out like a lizard. Say that I love helping people and I'd love to help more. I'm passionate about small business and we've always got time to see new people. It's a different approach to what we currently hear now.
But I think also some of you said here that is either it's laziness or not having enough time or just not knowing or being motivated to do it. These are all reasons why, or excuses, I suppose, for people being shy and not asking. So it is important that you do ask, but you don't ask all the time. There's a social media guru, Gary Vaynerchuk, and I recommend you follow him up. He's got a book called Jab, 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 Right Hook. It's actually a bit old now, but it basically talks about the whole idea of on social media or marketing in general. People like you, it's a very generous, today's marketing is a very generous marketing ethos where you give, great information, great goodwill, and then you ask. So you actually create the goodwill before you ask for anything in return. People don't mind being asked if they know you've been giving them stuff. So the way you can sort of do this in your own practice is, say, with your onboarding process where, you've been giving some great advice, you've been giving them, you've been listening to them, giving them a proposal, basically doing everything to make them feel good. That at the end of that process, after you've been giving, then you can maybe ask, hey, look, how was the process? Are you enjoying it so far? Look, can you think of anybody else just like you who might be able to sort of, you also benefit from our processes and our services. So after onboarding is a good time to ask. Regular communications, this is probably the big one. After the giving of information, it could be educational, could be any sort of information, whether it's on social media or a newsletter. That's also a good time to ask as well. Sort of not make it front and center all the time, but that's a good environment to actually ask for a referral, because people are going, oh, well, you've actually given me some good stuff here. Look, hey, actually, that's been really good, actually. I will refer you because the information you gave me is pretty worth referring for enough. Or could be an interaction, could be a face-to-face interaction where maybe you've given some great service, or you've maybe even asked for some feedback. If you get positive feedback or it's a positive meeting, that's also a good time to ask for a referral. But I guess the main thing is, you don't have that guy scratching his head on his mobile phone going, yeah, I'll give you a referral. Oh, God, what do I do now? So you want to make sure you've got the whole process, all the steps in place before you ask for too many referrals. Otherwise, all you're doing is creating confusion.
Probably many of you now got your approach of actually how you ask, but I'm glad that you are really happy with our service. Hey, as you probably know, our business has been built on word of mouth. If you don't mind, could I ask if you can think of anyone just like you who might also like our help? Great, we have a refer a friend link. So you can be proactive in directing people now to your refer a friend link on your news page or on your website or on your email footer on our website, which makes it super easy. It also potentially, we'll show you how this works in a moment, it tracks all of your referrals. So this link can actually be used proactively for your business, but it just makes it super easy for people to refer you.
Yeah, so basically that's the approach you want. Now, you want to have an approach where it's really, what you do is really easy to understand. It's an easy process. It can be rewarding, or it could be just a thank you, but it just needs to be rewarding, so there's some feedback. I need to always be asking all the time passively, but also when you do ask, it should be a really easy process.
So that's the ethos behind, I guess, how to be awesome at getting more referrals. Now we'd like to introduce Feedsy referrals, which really takes, I guess, some of those global businesses, what they do incredibly well, and now adapt it to the financial services industry. So introducing Feedsy referrals, we're pretty excited about this. It's been working for our business, and now we'd like to offer it to our clients. So be awesome simply.
So what we do basically, we help you create your referral statement. So we work with you to articulate your service profession in their words, and also how you help them. So we've got a few options and some templates you can choose from, or we also can work with you to create a custom one. It can be simple as you are their financial advisor, or you are their accountant. It can be quite simple, but we work with you to make sure that it's work for your business.
Yeah, so it's almost even more simple than the old 30-second elevator pitch. It's something how they can recommend someone, not how you might sort of say it in 30 seconds. So to be easy, now the hardest part is now the easiest. So everything is automated. For you, the referrer, for you to thank the referrer, for you, you've got a new referral, and for you to follow up the referral. So all this is actually tracked and automated for you to make it super easy and super efficient on your business side of things to keep account of your referees and referrals.
Just see it in practice. So basically what will happen is your refer a friend link will go to a landing page. So when someone clicks on that link there, they'll go to a landing page where there'll be a nice message, which we customize with you. And they'll put in their details and they'll put in the details of the person that are referring. Down the bottom, there's some conditions if you've got a prize or an incentive. But they get sent off. Automatically, they get a thank you. And also invited to maybe refer someone else if they want to. They don't have to, but they can if they want to. But basically, once they've done the referral, this happens. An email gets sent off to the referral saying, "Hey," from the referee. It's always get confused with these terminology. So basically, this is the referral here that happens. Like, "Hi, you should check out my financial advisor. Here's the contact details." An email then goes to them saying what's happened, saying, "Hey, thank you so much for sending the referral. It's really awesome. We'll send an email off to your friend for you, and we'll follow them up with a phone call very soon. But thank you very much." So there's the thank you that happens. That's the most, I guess, the bottom line rewarding is a thank you, and that happens over here. But then you also get notified that the referrals happen. So you get a referral saying, "Hey," you get an email saying, "Hey, John's recommended Mary to your business. Here's what's happened. She's been given an email. You send an email in 2 days' time, and we recommend you give them a call in about a week's time." So what also happens here is you will send an email to them automatically. This is actually an automatic email, which is pre-formatted. You get involved in the setup process to customize what it says, but it basically uses the referral statement really, really easily. So it's a really simple process.
Importantly, when we go through the setup process, all of this is in your brand. It comes from your email address in your brand, and you get a say around what each of these emails say as well. So you get to customize all of that. So it's not our words. We put words forward to you, but you get to customize what you want and what you're comfortable with.
But we do it with you during the setup process, so it's really easy. And again, and all that then gets tracked, so that when you make those phone calls or follow-up emails later on, you've got some information about what's happened, and the lead is a warm one. So what we're doing is generating warm leads for you. So the kind of stats you're going to be seeing, you're going to see the total number of referrals. You're going to be seeing when the referrals happen. So they're in date order. So the most recent's on top. You can see your referral is growing over time. And then for each referral, to click on the referral, you'll be able to see who's referred them, their contact details, and any reward that you may be promised if they convert, or whatever the conditions are. So you get full information about that person and the referral. So you can then reward the referee and also reward the referral if you need to. But also you can see what they've been opening and clicking on. So you'll be able to see how warm they are. You know that they've actually opened an email. So when you can say, you might have received their email, you know they actually have.
Yep. And if you do change the reward, which you can do, if you sign up to the Feedsy referrals, you can change that. Importantly, the reward actually gets tracked against the person's name so that you know what you need to provide them.
Also, what we've done since this presentation, we've actually got a new link here as well, which is basically a new field which also shows you where the referral came from. So you'll be able to see whether it's come from Facebook, from Twitter, from your website, or from your electronic newsletter. So you'll be able to see which ones are working the best.
And I mentioned about the incentivize, surprise, or simply thank. It's up to you. We can test incentives for you. I sort of alluded to the fact of testing incentives, and also Gavin in terms of which links are working the best. So you get a full analytics on does a reward work better for you? Does a movie voucher you get the best, or does some sort of voucher in terms of something off of your financial planning fees or whatever it might be? You can see what works better for you over time, and you can see what link gets hit more often by your referrals.
And we'll help you with the conditions too, whether it's going to be it's given just for the referral, or it requires the person to actually become a client, or whether it maybe involves a person meeting with you, whether they convert or not. So we can help you work out those conditions and test different conditions out.
Yeah. And those incentives are always put up here. So refer and go to the movies. You put the conditions in here, what people get, conditions here, and whenever someone uses that input, those conditions get put into the back end, so that it tracks which incentive goes to which client. So being there, constantly displaying your Feedsy referral link, showing people that referrals are welcome and your ad hoc regular communications. And we'd like to show you now what all that looks like. So for example, on your email header, you might have the refer a friend
website
button on the website, and that link goes to the pages we've just shown you. Also in your email footers, you've got the refer a friend link, which goes to that customized page again. And on the bottom of your Feedsy newsletter. So this is the monthly newsletter that goes out. For those of you who have seen a Feedsy demo before, you'll probably be familiar with what the Feedsy emails look like. And you may even be in receipt of ours. But on the bottom of the footer, please don't keep us a secret and refer a friend. So yeah, pretty valuable stuff. How it goes, it's in front of everyone and in a beautiful way.
They will have a special code at the end of each link, so you know that that when people clicks on your email newsletter, that's where it's come from. So you can see which of your channels are working the most in terms of getting referrals from you. So don't be shy. We also help you ask. So we actually will provide you a series of articles that you can share either via your newsletter or by social media. Or we also set up a series of emails that can go out to selected people when you tick a box that basically asks for a referral over time. So this actually will go out once a quarter to people, and also we'll supply this to you also once a quarter as well. We'll stagger them so they're not at the same time, but basically we'll set up little campaigns that you can send out to people every quarter or every quarter here as well to actually ask for referrals. Again, we'll give you some base text that you can edit and change whatever you like, but we do most of the hard work for you.
Okay, so the Feedsy packages, we've sort of recently renamed these, and we've renamed them in a way that clearly articulates what they do. So the communicator package does exactly that. It communicates beautifully and compliantly once a month to your clients, and we supply 10 stories per week. You basically get a beautiful looking blog, which is attached to your website. That is called Feedsy Web. Once a month, that blog is emailed out to your clients. So there's an auto email built in there. It emails it out to your clients, and there's one email per month. And the client gets the first 10 stories of that. But we've got two different stages, either 10 stories or one story supplied every week. The campaigner digs a little bit deeper. It sort of really helps businesses that want to be bespoke on their offering. So we can up to 5 emails per month. We've got segmentation in there between your clients, your service levels, prospects, by generational segments and that kind of thing. And also an auto responder for people that subscribe or a new journey. We've also got web apps and Feedsy Print, which can create ebooks.
We'll show you examples of these in a minute.
Yeah, and the Advocator does exactly that. It creates advocates for your business. It uses all of the technology of the communicator and the campaigner, but includes the Feedsy referral ecosystem. And the onboarding journeys are coming soon, which automates a beautiful experience of when a client joins you.
Think of Dropbox. When you join Dropbox, you get a whole series of emails saying, hey, yeah, well done. We'll now do the same thing with your business so you can onboard new clients really easily just by flicking a switch.
Yeah, and the last thing of that onboarding might be to refer. So it's an ideal time to ask.
So this is your Feedsy Web. So this is basically the blog page, which has the 10 or one new story a week added to it. You can choose the story mix. So there's actually a whole range of categories you can choose from. So you can sort of customize the kind of stories you get. Links back to your website. It's in your own branding. It has a contact form for people to contact you. And it's all links to your subscriber form too, which goes to your Feedsy mail. So it's a beautiful looking blog. It's a custom built just to show great information, and it's linked to and from your website.
Yeah, and I think the perfect thing is here you can add your own content in here as well, and that just emails out the most recent 10 stories. So it's just a beautiful way of getting your content and our content out to your clients to educate them. And these are the story categories.
So what happens is automatically the 10 top stories or 10 stories at the top of the list get sent out by email once a month to your subscribers. Now you can rearrange those stories. You can actually change maybe grade number 12 and put it into the top 10, so that gets sent out. You can also add your own stories into the mix as well. And we give you email alerts along the way to remind you to do this. Or you might just leave it set on autopilot and do nothing at all, and it just happens in the background. Or you might get involved and take notice of our reminders, log in and do what you need to do, which takes you about 10 minutes, and then get out again. So it's a really fully automated system that you can get involved with as much as you like. But basically, it just sends this beautiful looking email out to your subscribers, and it's personalized with the name as well.
Yeah, many of our clients email out the auto respond or the auto email on the first Tuesday of the month at your local time. And we send a reminder to you on the last Thursday of the month. So you've got a bit of time there to let you know what's happening.
And everything's measured too, so you can see who's opening what, how many stories have been clicked and opened. So you can see how many emails have been opened, who's been clicking on stories, and then you can click on a person and see their exact activity. So you'll be able to see what stories they've been opening and what emails they've been opening and what sort of rates. So you'll be able to see how engaged your customers are.
Up here as well, as you're probably seeing the presentation go, this is what I guess the features that are on the certain campaign or advocator. So, but what we do under the campaign and the advocator plans, we actually give you more than one template where you can drive a campaign that either looks like your regular monthly email or looks like this, where you've got like a little thumbnail picture. You might have a few little links here. You might have just a URL in there, or you might have a picture that looks like that. So we actually give you another template to distinguish perhaps between a May budget update or a special update that goes out to your clients. And obviously, as soon as you start to put in content, it grabs it from your blog, looks over here for the story, and puts it into one of these different formats.
And you also can choose to not have any content too. So you can just choose to have the text bit. So you can just have the blue bit here as well, and no story. Likewise, you don't need to have stories here. You can just have text. So you can use it as like a plain text email that looks like it's coming from you personally, rather than being a glossy newsletter or a glossy promotional item. It would just be a simple plain email. You can pretty much see some of these from us ourselves, not realising that they're actually automating it for you. You can also, I guess, personalise who you send it to. So you can actually create what we call segments. Segments are, I guess, subgroups of your main subscriber list based on criteria. So it might be based on their age, whether they're Gen X or Gen Z or so forth. It might be because of the kind of service offer, whether they're gold, silver or bronze. It could be that they use certain services, or it could be even, I guess, the agent or the person who provides the service could be sort of categorized by that person, or could even just be a campaign. It could be campaign X or campaign Y, or it could even be the type of person they are, whether a customer or a prospect. And basically, we help you set this up. So we work with you to work out what you're trying to achieve. We make it super easy for you to basically usually create a column in your spreadsheet, put these in the column, and then import them, or we'll do it for you. And the segments are created automatically. So it's a really simple way of, I guess, breaking up your big list into small segments using our segment product. But again, we help you do this. It's really simple.
Yeah. So the segments are really only defined by your imagination in terms of how you want to target your client base and whether you've got the data to segment them on.
And you can also send out automatic birthday messages. We've got a couple of templates you can choose from. But again, this is basically triggered off on someone's birthday. So if you've got a birth date for all your customers or some of your customers, and when that's brought in, these will be sent off automatically when that birth date is targeted. And you can control the message and the image as well on the plain text version. And also, when somebody becomes a subscriber, you can choose to have an automatic message sent to them saying, hey, thanks for subscribing. Keeping in the loop is important to us. You'll be receiving an email newsletter very soon. And you might have a refer a friend link on the bottom of as well. But that message can be customized. This is an automatic service that's on the campaigner and advocator plans. So just basically, some people want to have a welcome message before they send out the email newsletter to somebody, and this basically takes care of that for you. And web apps is basically like having an app without having an app. It's the Clayton's app, I suppose. So what you can do is this means every time someone visits your Feedsy web, which is usually from a social media share or from Feedsy mail, they'll get a little pop-up which invites them to add your logo, your icon to their home screen as if it's an app. And this only appears once a week, so they won't see it every single time they go to your page, just on a regular basis. And that basically means now when they click on that link on or that icon on their phone, they'll have your web page as an app. You can also create printed newsletters or printed fact sheets or ebooks or white papers from content from your Feedsy web. So you can give it a title and a subtitle, choose the stories either by typing them in or selecting from a drop-down list, and you can create either a newsletter with 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 stories, or just a fact sheet with one article or one thing you've written that you actually like to print out as a fact sheet or an info sheet for somebody. And you can make it like, you can say newsletter April 2018, or it could say fact sheet for John. So it's all easy to customize, has your branding on it automatically. It also has all your disclaimer information if you've got disclosure and disclaimer information to display. So it's all very compliant as well. And of course, you can share stuff on social media whenever you like. So like anything online, you can share it on social media to your channels or to your page or to your personal profiles. Likewise, your clients can do that as well. But if you're too busy to do social media, we can do it for you. We can actually share 2 articles a week for you on your behalf and keep your Facebook page up to date and share your Feedsy content on your behalf for you. And of course, every time somebody shares something from your Facebook, from your Feedsy web, the link goes back to you. So you're not showing something to Sydney Morning Herald or The Age where people will go there to see it. They'll come back to you and see your link there, go to your Feedsy web and read it, and it's all going to be compliant because down the bottom, we've got the disclosure and disclaimer for you. And of course, referrals. Referrals is only on the Advocator plan, and you've seen this before, but this whole system comes with the Advocator plan. And of course, the Advocator plan deals with those 5 steps to more referrals. Be awesome, be easy, be rewarding, and be there and ask. All those are covered beautifully by Advocator.
Cool. So we just sort of go through now the pricing of some of the Feedsy packages. And then we're going to sort of go through and sort of just explore what referrals are perhaps worth to your business. But the Communicator campaign and Advocator, they're priced as such. We've got a special offer for you for attending the webinar today, which we'll articulate shortly. So we have a heavy and light plan, if you like, or the normal plan. That basically, you can see the difference in the brackets here. That's really giving you 10% of the story. So you get 10 per week here and 1 per week with the light package. So this really, I guess, on the light plans, allow for businesses to add their own, and really is designed for businesses to add their own. The Advocator plan is only available on the full feed. Okay, so the special offer we've got for attending today is 50% off of the Advocator plan on the setup of it, and 20% off of the other plans. Now, this offer is available for 7 days. Now, that is only 7 days in terms of actually making a booking for more information. So it's just we'll send you a calendar link in a moment where you can actually have a look at my calendar. I know some of you already made a booking within the next 7 days, some of you even today, which will communicate this particular offer and also just have a look at how relevant it is to your business. So what is a referral worth to your business? Let's say a new client is worth $2,000 of initial advice and then ongoing $1,000 per year. So a new client might be worth $3,000 in the first year, initial advice and ongoing service. Let's say a conversion rate of a new client per referral is 20%. So for every client you obtain, let's say you get 5 referrals, 1 may result in a new client. So 20%. So assuming all of that, and assuming that is extra on top of what you're getting now, Feedsy referrals can help you generate 12 extra referrals per annum, so 1 a month. You convert 20% of them, 2.5 extra sales per annum. Now, when we've been talking to a lot of financial advisors, they thought this was around the mark. Some thought it was a little bit low, but assuming that that's about right, 2.4 sales in the first year can help your business to the tune of $7,200 and 2.5 per annum. If we assumed that the same setup fees and same ongoing, but the conversion rate was slightly better. Now we're converting 1 in 4, so 25%. You can see how the referrals can jump up. You're now converting 6 extra clients per annum through 24 referrals.
And we're finding people are getting more referrals when they're actually using the referral link more. So they're using it more on their social media, using it more on the email footer. So the more the referral link is used and out there, and the more people know that you want to have referrals and it's easy to do so, you will get more referrals. So we haven't found that getting 2 referrals a month extra is not out of the ordinary. One is also very within reach. So between 1 and 2 is very normal. Sometimes it's even higher. So we're sort of saying that with 2 extra referrals a month, you can achieve an extra income of $18,000 or $6,000 per annum after you've done the setup fees.
So the return on investment with the offer, Feedsy referrals, if you sort of take out the special offer of $660, which is 50% off, and then $259 a month, in the first year, you'd be paying $3,768, not just to get new referrals, but also to communicate to your clients and share all your stuff on social media and things like that. So the whole package is worth that per annum. So the return on investment, if we assume at a low point of getting those referrals in that first year, is still a pretty good return on investment. Now, the high rate of converting 1 in 4 is an even better return on investment for you. In the second year, obviously those clients, because they are of referrals, they're stickier, that they will stay with you. Year upon year, you haven't got the setup fees or Feedsy in year 2 because it's all done, but you're actually getting those people that have been referred to your business are now staying with your business, potentially even referring others to your business. So it's sort of compounding in terms of what you get out of the referral ecosystem. So the advocator offer today, could achieve within the next 12 months for you between 7,200 and 18,000 of extra revenue for your business. And we do have a special offer to set up and trial this for your business. If down the track that you want to sort of, referrals might not be for you and the communication side of things is, then you can sort of just move to that monthly plan. There are no lock-in contracts. It's a month-to-month proposition. But obviously we stand by this particular platform, and it's been working for us and been working for our clients that have converted to it.
And we're looking at new ways of actually making it so you can ask for more referrals. So we're always looking for new ways of creating referral opportunities for you as well. So we're continually adding things to your thing at no charge for you to get things out there for people.
And always open to feedback as well. If you say, I wish we can do this out of it, then we'd love to hear those sort of stories as we tweak it further and further for financial professionals. So I mentioned before, to make an appointment within 7 days using that Calendly link. Now, I know some of you have already done that, which is fantastic, but we don't ask you to make a decision and to sign up within 7 days. If you want to, sure, but all we're asking for this special offer is to make an appointment so we can actually have a conversation around what it means for you, is it right for you, and to even make it, if you want to sort of sign up before the end of the year, so in December, we can sort of make an appointment to do that in December. So it can be next week, tomorrow, in December, whatever you like, but just to have that conversation with you to lock in that special offer.
So thank you so much for your time today. Look, if you want to ask any questions, probably the best thing to do is actually to book in a time with Steve and ask them over the phone. Have a dedicated time, and Steve can give you some of his attention. I can do it too, but Steve likes talking more than I do. So look, again, really would love to see you get more referrals, and because you know how important referrals are to small business. And we really hope you enjoyed our presentation and you use some of these things straight away. But more importantly, that hopefully Feedsy referrals can help your business grow.
Yeah, good. That Calendly link, by the way, you can just go in there and just choose a time and just book in 15 minutes. There's actually an option there to book in for 15 minutes or an hour. So leave that entirely up to you as to how in-depth a conversation you would like. But that's all from Gavin and I now, and we wish you a great week ahead.
And as promised, we'll send you the link by email, probably within the hour. And then tomorrow we'll give you a recording of the session as well. And we'll have another link for the offer too. So you can write right in front of you. So if you haven't written it down, don't worry. You look out for your inbox and you'll get the link sent to you.
Good. That's all for now, and look forward to speaking soon.